So I'm gonna attempt my changing my compressor today. Every time it kicks on, as you can hear, the belts start squeaking really good. So it's either the bearing there or the compressor's going bad. I'm gonna take it apart and see what I can figure out. I got a new compressor to put on, and we'll go from there. All right. So a couple of things you may notice. I'm up on the ramps, which I kind of pulled a bonehead move and not lined them up exactly right. Almost drove off on one side. No big deal. A little bit of a burnout over here. But, so, ramp safety, make sure you're lined up or use two people. I was going by myself, so it can be a little bit tricky. I pulled off these flanges. They're underneath with these little quick connect clips right here. If the vehicle's kind of old, as mine are, these clips, they snap off, some of them, so this may go back up with some zip ties instead of reusing all of these clips. But the clips are pretty easy to use. You get a little screwdriver to press them up, and then they slide right out. I said if they're not dry rotted and snap off when you're doing it. Alright, but that exposes the underside where the compressor is down here. I said. Alright, so these 4 bolts hold the compressor on. They're all size 12 millimeter, and there's 2, you can see them right there, that have the pipes, tubes, whatever, to the compressor. I'm gonna get them all off, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I broke them all free, and now I'm gonna take them off. Said, they're pretty loose. Might just be able to do it by hand now. The one on the top might be kind of a pain in the butt. The one on, as I'm facing it, is the highest, most right one. Was probably easier to get at from the top of the vehicle, not underneath. These ones are obviously much easier from underneath. When you're servicing a compressor, if you got to take off the AC lines, you got to worry about the refrigerant that's in there, which, if you have a problem, there's a chance it's already leaked out. But if it's full, that shit's under pressure, so you kind of got to be careful. Take it to a place and they can drain it for you, I said, but if it's damaged already, it might already have been leaked out. And I'm trying to do this one-handed. I'm gonna pause this again. Okay, all the bolts are out. It's freely moving. I disconnected the quick connect electronic at the top, and I'm on the tensioner pulley nut. Once that's loose and I got enough play to get this this pulley off, it should be just a second, I'm gonna be able to pull the compressor out, disconnect the lines, and we'll go from there. All right. All right. The compressor's off. The only thing holding it up are the 2 line nuts now. I'm about to pop those off. Then we'll have the compressor out of the vehicle, and I can look at it a little bit more thoroughly. All right, this is the new part. This is the old part. There's some electronic pieces right here, and some kind of quick connects over here. So I'm gonna cut them out and match them up. So this thing will go back in on the next one. No problem. Well, I'm gonna try to set this down so y'all can see what I'm doing. Alright, so this is all the wiring now attached to the new compressor. What I did is basically cut one piece off, attach it to the new wiring, cut the next piece off, attach it to the new wiring, cut the next piece, attach it to the new wiring. That way there's no mess ups. Lastly, we have to fill this with the actual AC oil. I can't tell you exactly how much to put in there. Basically, I'm going to pour it out of the old one, see how much is in there, and try to match it thereabouts. When you buy the AC refrigerant refill, it comes with oil inside of it, so if you didn't get exactly enough, it's probably not going to matter. All right. So this is the drain cock, kind of like on a regular oil pan on the bottom of a car, but this one's on a compressor. So this is what I'm unscrewing. It's size 14. I'm gonna pour it out and we'll see how much comes out. So I made a paper funnel to do this, and the pour out method was not as effective as I thought. Only a little bit it came out, but I've spilt several spots earlier, so I'm going to use about half this little jar, maybe a third, and then just get the compressor fluid and AC charge refill that's got the oil in it, and I think we'll be good from there. All right, new one's back up in place. The main lines are attached. I got to tighten them down, realign the pulley that goes around, tighten in the 4 bolts, and that'll be the next step. All right, it's all back in, attached back to the engine block, pulley's back in place, electronic clips are back in. I got to tighten down a few things, then we'll give it a test. Alright, there's a new compressor down there. Got the 4 bolts tightened. Got the tensioner pulley tight as well. Everything's installed. We're going to kick it on, see if it squeals. Right. Now everything's reassembled. I'm going to check. I'm about to refill this thing with the R34A with a stop leak in it. I don't know if I necessarily have a leak in the system, but make sure it's tight. I'll kick the engine on and puncture that so we can run this. So last thing, it's been recharged. The AC is working again, which is good. However, the source of the squeaking, I believe now, is due to the tensioner pulley. And I may have pulled 2 bonehead moves in one day, which is awesome. But I've noticed when reassembling, this is kind of loose. And if you can see that, there shouldn't be any play in this, and there is. I don't know if you can see it. All the other ones are quite stiff, the pulleys. This one's got wiggle in it. So although it was, every time the compressor was kicking on, making a terrible squeak, it still does so. It's not solved. And messing around with the compressor itself, the bearings in it may have been starting to go, like they're a little stiff, but that wasn't the primary problem. I mean, another 20,000 miles down the road possibly could have been. But we will be coming back to this for some serpentine belt replacement and a new tensioner pulley. So stand by for that and another episode. All right, out.